Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajanaranjana Yashodanandana Vrajanaranjana Yamunatira Manachari Jayo Ramamano Ma Kunjavihari Jayo Ramamano Ma Kunjavihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Chaiva Narottamam
Deva Narottamam.
Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhire Nishtabhraisha Bhadreshu
Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktira Bhavati Naistiki Sh Esha Lokanati Chanda Vego Shashi Tvam Khalu Kalayanaha Ani Bhute Anumeya Tattvo Dhana Valirvayurivavashiha
Ravalirvayu Vashiyah.
Sa Esha Lokanati Chanda Vego
Lokanati Chandavego.
Esha Lokanati Chanda Vego
Go.
Shitvam Khalu Kalayanaha
Gachati Tvam Khalu Kalayanaha.
Shasi Tvam Khalu Kalayanaha
Gachati Tvam Khalu Kalayanaha.
Bhutani Bhutair Anumeya Tattvo
Bhutani Bhutere Anumeya Tattva.
Anavalirvayu Iva Vishayaha
Vishayah.
Esha Lokanati Chanda Vego
Lokanati Chandavego.
Shashi Tvam Khalu Kalayanaha
Gachati Tvam
Bhutani Bhutai Anumeya Tattvo
Bhutani Bhutere Anumeya Tattva.
Ghanavalirvayuriva Vishayaha
Valirvayuriva Vishayah.
Valirvayu Iva Vashiyaha
Valirvayu iva Vishayah.
Anavalirvayu Iva Vishayaha
Valirvayu iva Vishayah.
Ekalokanati Chanda Vego Harshashi Tvam Khalu Kalayanaha
Gachati Tvam Khalu Kalayanaha.
Ani Bhutairanumeya Tattvo Avalirvayuriva Vishayaha
Valirvayu iva Vishayah.
Avalirvayu Iva Vishayaha
Valirvayu iva Vishayah.
Bhutani bhutera tattva
लोकानति चण्डवेगो
Bhutani bhutera tattva Bhutani bhutera tattva
विकर्षसिता खलु
Hare Krishna. Online, anybody wants to do?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandu Pranam.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
Yeah, continue Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu.
सयेष लोकानति चण्डवेगो विकर्षसि त्वं खलु कालयानः भूतानि भूतैरनुमेय तत्त्वो घनावलिर्वायुरिवाविशह्यः
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Saes loka adchanda vego vikarshise tva khalukalayana bhutani bhute anume tato kanavali baru iriva visaya. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी स लोकान् अतिचण्ड वेगो विकोर्षितो त्वां खलु कालयानः भूतानि भूतैरनुमेय तत्तो घनावली वायुरवाविशायः हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी सा एष लोकानचितन्दवेगो विकर्षसि त्वं खलु कालः यानः भूतानि भूतेरनुमेय तत्त्वो घनावलिर्वायुरिवाविशायः हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी
प्रणाम स एष लोकान् अतिचन्द्रवेगो विकर्षसि त्वां खलु कालयानः भूतानि भूतेनुमेत तत्त्वो घनावलालिर्वायुरिवैषायः
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Sayesa lokanati chanda vego vikarshasi tvam khalu kalayanaha bhutani bhutera anumeya tattvo ghanavali vayur iva visaya. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी प्रणाम प्रभु जी स एष लोकान् चण्डवेगो विकर्षसि खलु कालयानः भूतानि भूतैरनुमेय तत्त्वो घनावली वायुरिव विशयः हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी थैंक यू
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी सा एष लोकानतिचन्द्रवेगो विकर्षसि त्वं खलु कालयानः भूतानि भूतैरनुमेय तत्त्वो घनावलिर्वायुरिवाविशायः हरे कृष्ण थैंक यू
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
We continue now, we continue. If everybody has to chant, no, then it will take a lot of time. Saha, that. Eshaha, this. Lokan, all the planetary systems. Ati, very much. Chandavegaha, the great force. Vikarshashi, destroys. Tvam, your lordship. Khalu, our word. Kalayanaha, in due course of time. Bhutani, all living entities. Bhutai, other living entities. Anumeya Tattvaha, the absolute truth can be guessed. Ghana Avalihi, the clouds. Vayuhu, air. Iva, like. Avishayaha, unbearable. My dear Lord, your absolute authority cannot be directly experienced. But one can guess by seeing the activities of the world that everything is being destroyed in due course of time. The force of time is very strong, and everything is being destroyed by something else, just like one animal is eaten by another animal. Time scatters everything, exactly as the wind scatters cloud in the sky. Yes, Mother.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by Divines A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. The process of destruction is going on according to the law of nature. Nothing within this material world can be permanent, although scientists, philosophers, workers, and everyone else are trying to make things permanent. One foolish scientist recently declared that eventually life will be made permanent through science. Some so-called scientists are also trying to manufacture living entities within the laboratory. Thus, in one way or another, everyone is busy denying the existence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and rejecting the supreme authority of the Lord. However, the Lord is so powerful that He destroys everything in the form of death. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10.34, Mrityum sarva haraschaham, I am all devouring death. The Lord is just like death to the atheist, for he takes away everything they want to create in the material world. Hiranyakashipu, the father of Prahlada, always denied the existence of the Lord, and he tried to kill his 5 boy due to boy's unflinching faith in the Lord. However, in due course of time, the Lord appeared as Nrsimhadev and killed Hiranyakashipu in the presence of his son. As stated in the Bhagavatam 1.13.47, this process is natural. Jivasya Jivanam. One animal is food to another animal. A frog is eaten by a snake is eaten by a mongoose. A moose is eaten by another animal. In this way, the process of destruction goes on by the supreme will of the Lord. Although we do not see the hand of the supreme Lord directly, we can feel the presence of that hand through the Lord's process of destruction. We can see the clouds. We can see the clouds scattered by the wind, although we cannot see how it is done, but it is not possible to see the wind. Similarly, although we do not directly see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we can see that He controls the process of destruction. The destructive process is going on fiercely under the control of the Lord, but the atheist cannot see it. Hare Krishna.
Om Jnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakhaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnam Krishnayam Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gaudavani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Saesha Lokanati Chanda Vego
Saisha Lokanati Chandavego
Vikarsa Shitvam Khalu Kalayanaha
Vikarshasi Tvam Khalu Kalayanaha
Bhutani Bhutairanumeya Tattvo
Bhutani Bhute Nanumeya Tattva
Ghanavalirvayu Iva Vishayaha
Ghanavalirvayu Iva Vishayaha
My dear Lord, your absolute authority cannot be directly experienced, but one can guess by seeing the activity of the world that everything is being destroyed in due course of time. The force of time is very strong, and everything is being destroyed by something else, just as one animal is eaten by another animal. Time scatters everything exactly as the wind scatters clouds in the sky. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dhanvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay. So now let us meditate. Today's the discussion is about time. So most of the people feel, what is time? They feel time is the watch, something. Actually, when you go deeply, the definition of time in physics is very difficult to understand. One objects move from one place to another place in a particular situation, and that's called a time. Time, kala, guna, kala, karma are all deeply interconnected to each other. Kalena sarvatra gabhir ramahasa. So many things there on this topic, time. Okay. So the definition of time is not the way they define in relativity or in classical physics. Therefore, Einstein used to say, somebody travels with the speed of light, time will not move. They did this experiment even in the aircrafts flying at a particular speed, just like recently it happened. I don't know whether it is there. Prabhuji traveled, one of our devotees traveled to some part of the world, Durban, and when he landed, Ekadashi is over. He wanted to do Nirjala Ekadashi, landed, it is over there, and he was still doing, and he was asking, what time should I break now? So you see, the time, even astrologically, time is so complicated. Okay? So the time definition in the Shastra is actually a force, Chanda Vega, it is said here. A force which destroys everything. And a time indicates, actually in Bhagavad Gita we initially say there are 5 topics, correct? Jiva, Ishvara, Kala, Karma, Prakriti. Shri Radha Govinda ki. But later it becomes Jiva, Ishvara and Prakriti only. The 5 reduces to 3. Kala, Karma can emerge within these 3. Okay? So, you see many times Prabhupada saying, Prabhupada had to understand the Jiva, Ishvara and Prakriti. Correct? That's called the philosophy. Kala, Karma disappears. Actually, they can be again come inside there. Because Kala is nothing but Lord Himself. Impersonal representation of the will of the Lord. Impersonal. Impersonal means, in the Kala, we don't see the sweet smiling face of Krishna, but the will of Krishna. The Krishna's will cannot be defied, and that is Kala. Just like, take an example. Say in a class there is a student making lot of upadra, disturbance. So the teacher will show his power by telling him to exit the class. Now when he was making upadra, he thought there is no authority above me, I can do anything. But the teacher shows authority. When the teacher says, can you get out? He has to get out. So he sees the Lord, the teacher. I always give you this example. The one student, he is interacting sweetly with the teacher. He is listening what the teacher is saying, he is smiling, he is understanding. Like in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is saying, Krishna, every word is the nectar. He is enjoying. Tell me more, tell me more. He is enjoying, teacher is explaining more. Now what about that teacher? He is explaining more. The teacher is real, student and teacher are having a lively atmosphere. And the student is appreciating the teacher. Teacher is also affectionate to the student. He is revealing more and more knowledge, what he knows. But there is one student who is not interested in what going in the class, he is making upadrap, dance, then what is going to happen? The teacher will say, can you leave the classroom? So he never could see the face of the teacher probably, he could never interact with the teacher, but he saw the power, get out. So similarly, we say example of Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu. Prahlad Maharaj always meditated on the Lord in Vatsalya as the son of the Lord, and the Lord even fed him, Lord took care of him. Everything was going on. Personally, Lord was taking care of him. Many times came give him darshan. The Bhagavatam explained that Prahlad Maharaj used to dance in ecstasy when the Lord used to come. Even as a small child, he was so self-realized. Okay? Everything is going on. He is having a sweet relationship with the Lord. No fear. So much realization, no fear for him. He was enjoying. Okay? But his father always kept denying God is not there, there is no God, there is no God, there is no God. And finally God appeared and Narsimha Deva. So he saw the Lord as a power who was going to destroy him. He just tore him to pieces. So similarly, we also have a choice in the life. Life is in front of us. We can attentively chant the holy names of the Lord. We can do some devotional service every day. Put down in your book, what service did I do? Could I do? Time will go. Time will go. The service will be lost. So could I do some service? Could I chant the holy names, the basic things which you can do, chant and read Srila Prabhupada's book, that is ABCD. But then Prabhupada says you get special mercy when you distribute the holy name. You get mercy when you chant Hare Krishna mantra, but when you participate in distributing the holy name, you get extra mercy, special mercy. But you cannot do it alone, therefore, see, we are doing it together, correct? We are distributing the holy name, okay? And so many people are chanting. We want to start, we were thinking of doing Shatakoti, but looks very easy with the size of congregation. We thought we will do, so Shatakoti Nama Yagna means we have to together chant only 6 lakh malas, which is very easy because in 30 days, one day will be how much? 20,000 only, and there are many people chanting 16 out. That's too easy. So we will do something more challenging. We are just thinking about it. So alone we cannot do much. Alone, if you want to do Shatakoti Nama, you have to do for 9 to 10 years 192 malas every day. What do you have to do? 192 malas every day. Correct? But then at the same time, we have services also, which are equally important or even more important. Okay? Sadhana is important, service is important. There was once Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, he went to an ashram, his own Gaudiya Math, and he saw the devotees are sleeping. So he asked the disciples, please get up everybody, and surprise visit, like we have an examination squad. Examination squad landed up, so Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada landed, surprise visit, and he was shocked to see all the brahmacharis are sleeping, all the inmates are sleeping. So he said, please come down. So they all collected in the hall. He said, what is the explanation? Why you are not gone for service? He said, Guru Maharaj, Nirjala Ekadashi today. So he said, eat khichdi, please cook. On Ekadashi day, eat khichdi and go out. Can you imagine how service is equally important? So we are doing, sometimes we get lost in the Karma Kanda principles, but do not forget, service is more important. Generally, the devotees, if they can even chant the 16 hours attentively, then observe in the service whole day, that is best. If you get extra time here and there, chant some rounds, that's okay. But not that we abandon service, so I can chant now. That is not. Unless somebody is very disturbed, as an emergency is given that direction, sit down. Like Srila Prabhupada had that one disciple kept leaving the movement, coming, kept leaving the movement, coming. So Prabhupada gave an instruction, but that's an exception. Don't make exception the rule. Prabhupada said, if you chant 64 hours. And it wrote to the president, give him time. He's too disturbed. But then we are very, very disturbed. Okay, don't think I'm advanced devotee because I'm chanting. Very disturbed, just chant. Okay. So if you get time, that is good, but not that we abandon service, which is available. Because we should have faith. Actually, the direction of the Shastra is Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, to constantly chant the holy name of the Lord. Nityam. Kirtanaya sada harihi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Kirtanaya sada harihi. Always keep chanting. But that's not practical for us. We are not Babajis to chant whole day. Correct? So what we should do therefore? Okay. On a certain days, chant more. In fact, some people created on Ekadashi, Prabhupada said to chant 25 rounds. Prabhupada denied many times. I never told that. I never told. You chant 16 and busily engage in devotional service. In case you have some free time, chant more. You have a free time, no active service, you can chant even 100 rounds. As much you chant, that much good it is, no doubt, no doubt. But at the same time, not at the cost of service. I have services also, no? Okay? So devotee should have a balance. Okay? We cannot chant whole day. We should have full faith that if I chant 16 rounds and I'm doing devotion service, that is Kirtanaya Sada Harihi. Have faith in that. That is Kirtanaya Sada Harihi. In fact, Srila Prabhupada says, I cannot change the instruction of my spiritual master because the spiritual master actually told 64. But if we are busily engaged in devotion service, this will be accepted by the Lord. So 16 plus the busy engagement in devotion service. You know? Just like the example of the Goswamis. But they came to Vrindavan and they may be the ministers, Mandalapati, they are very, very busily engaged. But when in their so many activities of being a minister, but when they came to Vrindavan, they were now busy for devotion service. They were not even sleeping 2 hours. They are so busy in service to Krishna. So time is going to come. Time is coming any time. Any time, iska to time aa gaya hai. Kaal aa gaya hai. So before that, we see that we have been nicely engaged in devotion service. You know, in fact, Prabhupada says we can become a devotee and a karmi by the kind of meditation you are having. If you feel death is coming next moment, you become a great devotee. The Mrityu Purusha, you have a house, you're sitting, you have a door. Any day, time, thak, 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 Mrityu Purusha will come and embrace you. Over. Any moment. And don't be scared, but that's the reality. Okay? Any moment, sir, the time is over, you have to go now. You cannot say, can you wait for some time? And what does Mrityu Purusha represent? The will of the Lord. And nothing can save you. 1 second you cannot increase your life. So that means you should not go to doctor and all. No, that is also, don't do suicide because it's been created by the Lord, all this apparatus, you use it. But you cannot depend on it. Just like anything you are doing in your life, you take so many permissions, you do, but not that person is in control. Krishna is in control. Krishna is in control. Now suppose you go for some permission, okay? You go to some place to get a visa. You're thinking that person is in control? Krishna. Then how come Krishna is in control? No, Krishna is in control, but he is not fully in control. No, he is totally in control. Finally, whatever decisions happens in the world, it is Krishna's will. Therefore, it is happening. Okay? It is Krishna's will. So there is a control by Krishna. We are only subordinate to that control. So think, if you all feel sick, you go to the hospital, but any time. Prabhupada says very clearly, 1 second you cannot increase your life. What is the time? You have to leave the body. This is very important to meditate. So the will of the Lord. And therefore, sometimes it happens, even in the family, some disaster happens, somebody leaves the body, somebody very young, recently we have that. What we another do, we have to accept the will of the Lord. So, I may say, I accept the Lord. Say, suppose, you are working in a company, okay? You say, I accept the boss. And the boss says, tomorrow you have to come morning 6 o'clock. No, sir, I will not do that. Then he will say, how do I know you accepted me? Correct? See, we are accepting ourselves to be subordinate. Prabhupada says, the individual consciousness, that is the jiva, should agree to become subordinate to the supreme consciousness, that is Krishna. Correct? The jiva agrees. Tadavidhi pranipratena. When you take shelter of Srila Prabhupada, what we are doing? We are agreeing to become subordinate to the will of the Acharya. You will not do this, you will not do this. I am subordinate to the will of the Acharya. Subordinate. And that is the principle. And then we progress in spiritual life. I am subordinate because we don't have realization. We are doing sadhana by the order of the Acharya. Just like yesterday I was discussing. We don't have discrimination between what is material, what is spiritual. At the stage of sadhana, we are doing activities by the order of the Acharya. Okay? And we generally advance. Gradually by that we are advancing. Okay? So it's very important to understand the kala. Time will go on. You see that Srila Prabhupada was in India. One level of preaching was going on. What are the level of preaching was going on? Srila Prabhupada was going every day. He was in Vrindavan. He was writing Bhagavatam. Okay? Some people used to meet him because he was known as a big saint in Vrindavan. He had his own room. He used to cook and he used to eat. And he used to travel to, go every day to the banks of Yamuna. He used to put his danda, sannyasa danda. He used to do sankirtana. People used to gather. This was going on. But then he decided time is going to come. My guru had expressed so many desires. I want to fulfill his desires and orders. I am subordinate to the will of my spiritual master. Correct? That's very important. And then what I am going to do now? Let me do something. So what he decides to do? He decides to go to America. That his spiritual master wanted. Okay? And you see, because there was a struggle in that way, the situation changed. There was a struggle in that way. Tremendous struggle was there. Not an ordinary struggle. He started writing books and he had no money to publish the books, and he had to run around to meet various acquaintances, various people to get some donation to print the book, which he could get finally. He met Sumati Mararji, he met so many important people he met to get donations to print the books. Okay? He was traveling to Delhi, he had no money. He was walking for a long distance to save money, and he used to go to the printing press and he was short of money. He used to say that, I'm very sorry, I don't have money to pay now. He said, Swamiji, why don't you stop this? You're not able to pay your bills. How can I keep printing? Anyway, what's the use? Why don't you stop all this? In fact, the person was not able to understand whether this is of any use. Who? He was not able to understand the printing press person. And then Prabhupada said, don't worry, because it is the order of my spiritual master, I will fulfill it. It will be possible. And then with great difficulty, he got a visa, he got the books ready. Then he's on a cargo ship, he's landing there, he's having health difficulty, 2 heart attacks. He lands in America, no person left, right, center. There's a struggle, there is so much struggle. And then finally ISKCON movement is launched. Okay? So we can all, as yesterday I was talking, that we can become, comfort space. We become quite comfortable with the level of consciousness we are having. See, unless Srila Prabhupada is the pure devotee, for him that struggle is not there. For us, inside out, not only there will be a struggle even to increase the preaching. Like we were also comfortably sitting in a house in Bangalore, we had some fixed deposit, some regular donors were there. Kaam chal raha tha. Thoda we used to do little preaching and all. But there was a struggle. When we came to buy land also, we didn't have money to that. We just took the risk. And suddenly we had, by Krishna's grace, lot of devotees helping us. We could not even imagine as the temple manifested. So you think there was no struggle? There is a struggle. Okay, can you see that? Even for external service to fulfill desires of the Acharya, there is a struggle. Otherwise, we could have remained at that level. 2002 to 2020, 18 years, we are in one level only. Have a rented house and some 40-50 people who come for any program, and that's it. Now, if you want to, now we have generally a temple of this size should have minimum 1,000 congregation, minimum. Correct? Now that is it will not happen on its own. If you think like this it will go on for 500 years, it will be same. A few devotees doing cooking, few doing offering and remaining eating. Correct? What Prabhupada used to call joint mess. Prabhupada used to call it joint mess. In fact, he referred to his many temples as joint mess in his Gaudiya Math. Because they were so busy fighting, they had lost all the energy for preaching. Correct? So let us not waste our energy in criticizing other devotees. Therefore, that's okay. The time will kalena sarvatra gavi. Kala will take care of it. Okay? Our focus should be therefore how we can reach from this level we have, say 50, 100 congregation, or actually in locally, to come to the situation that we have 1,000 congregation. It is possible. But there is going to be hard work. Kala is coming and Kala will destroy anyway one day everything. The earth will be destroyed, everything will be destroyed. But whatever time has been given to us, we are not going to live forever, each one of us. So can I manifest that? There has to be a struggle. Srila Prabhupada showed by an example. He is a pure devotee. Everything can be manifested by will of Krishna in a second. Krishna can, like Vishwakarma was told to build beautiful Dwaraka. Vishwakarma can build 1,000 temples in a moment. That is not it. But Krishna showed so much struggle. Even Pandavas, Krishna shows so much struggle to remove these unwanted people on earth and bring Rama Rajya. So much struggle had to be done. Okay? So similarly, if you want to change things, if you want to change, say, okay, fine, 20-25 लोग मंदिर आता है, ठीक है, और कुछ थोड़ा भीड़ है, थोड़ा खाना खिला दिया, आके जाके सो जाओ, it will remain like that level. And not only that, it will then fall down. Because once the struggling tendency comes down, individually and collectively everything falls down. Because then really silly things, you said that, I said that, everything will collapse. But in case there is something to accomplish, a challenge. Actually, unless there is a challenge, we have, like Prahlad Maharaj says, a limited time. Kamaram acharet pragno dharman bhagatam hiha dullabam manusham janma tadapi adruvam arthadam. Even though it is temporary, it is very valuable. I may have with me few years, okay? But it is valuable. It is very, very valuable. Arthadam. We can take up a challenge. But true, challenge should not become prayasa, that is over our head. Because of that, we can not even... Challenge should be something which is doable, okay? Practically doable. So therefore, the challenge should be, just like online we have maybe 4,000 to 5,000 people actively engaged. Let us, why not make it 5 times, 25,000. That will be something unique. 25,000 online congregation. Doable? Yes, doable. Because now we have so many experienced devotees as teachers. When we started, even the teacher was learning when he was teaching. Just like what is happening in Bhakti Vaibhav. People they're reading first time themselves when they're teaching. Okay? True? But previously it was, and after 2-3 years it will not be like that. You are taught the Bhakti Vaibhav 2 times. You know what is there. Okay? It's a challenge. So in the beginning it was like that, but we didn't have any experienced devotees to guide the newcomers. But we have now. Practically all the teachers are Bhakti Shastri now. We have a privilege. And most of them are even initiated now. We didn't have. Maybe in the whole, our online preaching, maybe 2-3 devotees are initiated. It was a struggle. How they were teaching is really, they were learning and teaching. Some were telling we have to switch on and hear the class by another devotee, make notes, then switch off, switch on, switch off. They used to make notes and that's how they took classes in the beginning. But today, they are quite confident. They have the full thought flow of Krishna in their mind. Krishna says this, then Arjuna says this, and they take all the students through that journey. So teachers are more experienced now, more mature, more realized. We have many people who are Bhakti Shastri and even studying Bhakti Vaibhav. We can now, the people join, we don't have like previously 50,000, but we do get maybe every batch 4,000-5,000 newcomers. Even 1,000 people will crystallize. It's a matter of time, we will have 25,000 congregation. And massive, that will be something very, very pleasing to Prabhupada. Anna? True? Similar, but it will require a struggle. It will not come by sleeping. It will require hard work and struggle. And in this process, we will advance spiritually. See, many people think spiritual advancement comes by chanting. That everybody is doing. Not a big deal, correct? Spiritual advancement, that is one level. When the beginning level we come, we chant around, but that's okay. Sadhana, that's okay. That's all. That will remain at that level only. You will remain whole life a neophyte only. Okay? But when you think, Prabhupada says, you get mercy of Krishna when you chant Hare Krishna. But you get special mercy when you participate in spreading the holy name of the Lord. Correct? So don't be just satisfied, oh, I follow today 4 regulated principles, I chanted 16 rounds, but if you're not busily absorbed with the challenging some service to Krishna, very soon this will also stop. It's a matter of time. Your chanting will also stop, and your regular, everything will just collapse probably. Okay? So we should have a challenging engagement. It's very, very important to stay in whatever ashram we are. Mind is absorbed. And then nothing challenging can be done individually. So we have to respectfully deal with other devotees who are also, helping. Correct? Just like when we have a goal, then it becomes very fantastic. We want to achieve something. Okay? So then everybody sits, what can I do? And how it can be accomplished. Everybody is absorbed. And even though my life is temporary, it's so sweet. So sweet. So then Krishna will give. Prabhupada used to say always, please tax your brains. Tax your brains how to spread this Krishna consciousness. Not that if you keep the brain vacant and there is no the plan for preaching Krishna consciousness, then the desire for sense gratification, idle mind is devil's workshop, and then you will fall down. So therefore, we should always be excited. That's energy, movement. Srila Prabhupada used to have a globe in front of him and he used to keep planning. Brahmananda, you go to Africa. Like, when he did that, when the first followers have started chanting, not even being initiated. He had a globe, and we should be enthusiastic like that. Keep thinking in a very optimistic, energetic way. And then when you're engaged in such a way, busy in preaching Krishna consciousness, suddenly it will come. Your time is over. That's it. Leave the world. And you feel so happy, blissful, that whatever I could do little. Just imagine, you're leaving the body, you want to feel so much, because devotees of Krishna are very rare in this world. We are not pure devotees, but even devotees are very rare. How many people have faith in the conclusions of Krishna consciousness, even theoretically, and are chanting 16 rounds? Say in a city like Bangalore, we have not even 500 people, correct? They're very rare. And what is the population? Maybe 20 lakhs, all the districts you take together, correct? And how many? 500. Very, very rare. For a pure devotee though, Muktanam api siddhanam narayana parayanaha koti shiv mahamune. Among crores of, sages, very difficult to see one pure devotee. The pure devotee is our target, very, very rare. But even a devotee is so rare. Devotees is the 500 out of 20 lakhs. The percentage is not even 1%. 0.00. That's our situation. Okay. So now within that you have a blessing. You are fortunate to be in this platform. And now, Gaurav, you're fortunate to be in this position, but the opportunity is there. And how you'll feel bad while leaving the body. Just like that great Acharya says, Hari Hari Bifale Janma Gayayo. Manushya Janma Paya Radha Krishna na Bhajiya Janiya Shuniya Vishakayo. Knowingly I have drunk poison, my Lord. I was born in a human form of life. By the grace of the Lord, I understood everything. There is Goloka, there is Radha Krishna there is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I have to achieve in my life Krishna Prema. I knew everything. But Bifale Janma Gaya. I simply wasted my life. And whole time has gone away. Isn't it beautiful? So beautiful, correct? These conclusions are so beautiful of Krishna consciousness. But I could not share with anybody. Now you cannot do it alone. To some extent, definitely you can do by your good following, by your sincere transformation. Many people get attracted to you and you can preach in that way. Okay, but collectively we can do very big things. Just like you're planning in Bangalore a 10-day festival now. Okay? And from Balaram Jayanti to Prabhupada Vyas Puja, like last year also we did. Now how much services? Can it be done alone? Nobody can do it alone, correct? Last year we had true temple inauguration and good crowd. We had 2,000 to 3,000 people and one day even 6,000 people coming. So we have similarly festivals lined up. But how much work is needed? Just imagine. We have to go to the whole city. We have to, now maybe 2 months are remaining, that's all. We have to campaign, we have to invite a lot of people. We have various things are needed, a lot of hard work is needed. And then when those people come, we need to have people to sell them books, to collect donations from them, to pray, to ask them to join our different courses. So many things are there. We were also planning this, we will make, what I'm planning I'll tell you, we'll make a, because Mangalore people are not easy to change. A lot of work is needed. They are stuck to some worship which is Vedic but not to the platform of Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada used to say, if you can convince one South Indian Brahmin to take to Krishna consciousness, your preaching is very powerful. That means tough to do that, not easy. So take up the challenge. So then we thought we'll make a japa kit. We will have a mala, we will have a japa bag, we will have a sakshi mala. We have a small book, we are writing that book, it's going on. It has to finish because after writing, editing has to happen, then it has to go for publication. Everything takes time. Okay? And then we can launch something kind of, we're thinking japa kits along with people when they register. We thought we will do it at a cost to cost, but people can register for Shatakoti Nama and we'll keep a nominal. We have just thought about something maybe 100 rupees. People register, they get this box and we plan Shatakoti Nama. So say a person does, say a Lakpati, we will give a Lakpati, Harinama Lakpati's certificate, that is coming in something like 56 mala, something you get it. Lakpati. I just calculate. Something like that. How much come? 56 or 560 malas? You have that? 500 and you're just checking it, you tell her. Okay, we just had a 56 malas for a new person, that's great. He becomes Lakpati. We give him a spiritual Lakpati certificate. And then Das Lakpati, he has to do 560 malas. And then Karodpati, he has 5,600. And that is not easy. Okay? And we'll have a certain duration, say, then we are going to offer. Or whenever he does, he can come and we give him the certificate. Now in Udupi, they are doing it, it's pretty successful. They have said, Koti Gita Lekhana Yagna they have done. And it is very successful. People who are visitors there, they collect a book and they're paying 300 rupees for that book. And all they get is they fill up the book with their own pen and after they finish writing 18 chapters in the book, they give it to the temple. They're coming all the way. Personally, they're coming all the way and receiving a certificate from the Swamiji that completed it. Very nice, very positive, and people are very enthusiastically participating. True, Lekhan is easy, chanting is something new because culturally writing is what people are used to, socially. But we can try this and this will be very interesting. So how we can do, that should be the target. Can make a challenging target, not very easy, so that everybody is absorbed. There is, particularly during the Sundays and festivals, a lot of people come to the temple. We had success that the big festival like Ram Navami, Vaikuntha Ekadashi, this has happened, the crowd is big in the temple. Now slowly temple is getting recognized. But actually, whenever we have a temple in a new temple, we have to do a lot of events, big events, and that's how people come in the beginning. New people just come for the events in the beginning. And later, as they become part of the congregation, they start coming regularly. Regularly, nobody will come unless he's the congregation of the temple. Okay? To be the congregation means he started chanting. That is the first part. He starts chanting, he starts doing some service, and that's how people become part of the temple. Correct? And then there is a huge, happy, healthy community develops, and we have to work towards it. So time is there, just like I am now giving an example. Time is there, but we need to develop some challenge within the time to practically manifest the desires of the Acharya. Correct? We should do. Just like you see in Mayapur, what is the condition before and what is the condition today? There are 5 devotees, that's all. True? Today there are 8,000, 9,000 devotees there. There was a small hut, even today the hut is there. And a huge temple, so many guest houses, what facilities have developed. You know, among all the ISKCON temples, you like to go to Mayapur. Why? Facilities are there. True or not? You stay in the campus. When you go for Aarti, there are thousands of devotees. You feel so happy seeing so many devotees. Correct? Why it has happened? Because they have worked. You know, you see, when you go to the management in Mayapur, they have a big master plan. They have been developing plan like that and developing the whole campus. They have purchased 1,000 acres of land. Why? They want to keep so much. They want to practically make a Vedic city there. They're getting all people involved. So why? Some people sat down there and they kept developing, planning and developing the preaching. Time will go on. It would have stayed as a small hut only, have they not planned and have they not got together to accomplish something. But you see, Krishna's grace and the hard work of Guru Maharaj, it has manifested as such a beautiful place. The most beautiful place, not just it is the headquarters, it is actually the headquarters. Anybody feels, can I go there for some time? So beautiful it has manifested. So similarly, so many devotees want to come. But we need to develop facilities, place for them to stay. And so the campus, we have 5 acres with us now. We develop the whole campus. So much can be done. Okay? Time will go on. But unless there is a struggle to accomplish some objectives within that time, it will remain like that. Similarly, even our consciousness, correct? We see our consciousness at a particular level, as I told yesterday. What is that? Bit of Sattva-guna and some shadow of Krishna consciousness, correct? That's all we have achieved. But if you want to achieve what you read in Chaitanya Charitamrita or about the great acharyas, and they have so much love of Krishna, then you have to struggle. Now we hear that avyartha kalatram, one of the significance of acharyas is they don't waste a moment. True? That's advanced devotee. Nama gane sada ruchi, so many qualities are there. But if you want to come to that platform, to change from where we are to the platform which is fixed up, sthai bhava, fixed up in Krishna consciousness, it requires a struggle. And one of the easy things to do it, stay in association. If you're staying in association, it is easy to advance. But living alone, it becomes very, very difficult to advance. If you are staying together with devotees, as much you can associate personally. See what happens? Alone one person is there. Suppose you have a decision and alone you are there, you'll forget even you made the decision. But we are together, then that's come synergy. There are 2 things that happen when people are together. One is, I'll talk about professional things, ethics. There is one is called crowd think. These are the terms from material. One is crowd think and other is synergy. Crowd think is when idiots get together. They lose their mind. They break window panes. They suddenly see one person, he kicks him and everybody goes and kicks him. They don't know why they're kicking him. That's called crowd thing, bheed, mob. That's called a mob. So idiots should not gather together. Therefore Prabhupada says, in the Vedic time, there was no assembly of Shudras. No. Today political rallies are assembly of Shudra. That's nonsense actually. Shudra not by birth, Shudra is by nature. So tamasic people should not get together because instead of synergy, crowd thing happens, they go mad, mob. They burn, they kill, there is violence, there is rioting, that happens, unfortunately. They go for so-called worship also, and they come out with blades and all, they attack. I don't know what worship, what kind of, it was not, such people, section 144 should always be active. You know, the government has that, when some, some incidents happen, section 144. That should always be there for people who are rasik and tamsik. Don't allow them to get together, because then they go mad. But if you have synergy, like in Bhagavatam we have, the sages got together. That's how the Bhagavatam came out. All the sages got together and asked Suta Goswami, can you tell us what is for the benefit of the whole world? Can you tell us for what reason Krishna descended to the world? Can you tell us about the different incarnations of the Lord? Can you tell us why, how by Purusha Avatara Lord is managing this world? Can you tell us now the Lord has departed, where is the Dharma actually sitting? Can you tell us the Sara, essence of all the scripture? These are 6 questions they asked. But look at them. This is synergy. Sages have got together. And they are sitting peacefully. And Suta Goswami, thousands of sages are sitting. And Suta Goswami is narrating what he heard from Shukamuni. And very happily they are enjoying, relishing. Everybody is smiling. So this is what is needed actually. So let us come to the platform. If we are in Sattva-guna, then we do not give pain to anybody. If we are in Sattva-guna, then we take up positive activities for the benefit of the whole world. Particularly in Krishna consciousness, the great sages used to gather. The assembly, in fact, previously it was also like that, isn't it? When we are meeting, there is some ritual, some festival. So all the relatives used to gather together. But today they gather in a hotel where drinking and meat is there. Section 144. Not more than 4 should be allowed to gather together. So anyway, so there are certain ideas I express how the Kala will show. Kala is the will of the Lord. So we become devotees means we accept the will. Suppose we are working, you say the boss has said like that. You have to accept, correct? You are working in the country, the Prime Minister decided, it has to be accepted, correct? That's how it is. So the Srila Prabhupada, we have come to this movement of Srila Prabhupada, the rules, regulations given as Srila Prabhupada, we have to become subordinate to that. Then we can say, Jai Prabhupada. Simply saying, Prabhupada says there is called, what is that? Dandavat disciple. Dandavat disciple means he'll come, he'll pay big Dandavat, but it doesn't follow anything the Guru says. That's called Dandavat disciple. So Srila Prabhupada has given so many desires, so many instructions, so many orders. Let us become genuine disciples. Not simply say Jai Prabhupada, pay obeisance, but not follow what he's saying. So to become subordinate to the will of Krishna, we have to become subordinate to the will of Prabhupada. Right? Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasada. Okay, the Krishna works like that. Tadvidhi pranipatena. We have to take shelter of Srila Prabhupada. Then our spiritual life starts. We have to become, please try to understand, we have a limited time with us. When is this time? Accept will of Krishna. That's devotee. Correct? Devotee means subordinate to the will. That's why the 6th principle of surrender, what is the first principle? What is the shloka? Pratikulya vivarjanam.
Anukulya sankalpo.
Anukulya. What is anukulya and pratikulya? The will of Krishna. What he wants, even if I don't want, I'll do it. What he doesn't want, even if I want to do that, I will not do it. That's the beginning of spiritual life. Accepting the Krishna, becoming subordinate, and Kala represents that. Because those people who cannot see we are in the will of Krishna, they will see when Krishna destroys something which you like. Correct? Boom, gone. Prabhupada says, the famous example, that parrot example, the one Maharaj had come, Ati Sneha, he was explaining, correct? The parrot was sitting on a branch and suddenly one hunter came. So parrot and female parrot had gone somewhere, a hunter came and he collected the small children in the net. They got all trapped. So when they came, they saw the children trapped in the net. So the female parrot just jumped into that. And the mother, that also died. And then the various stories now, next what happens, Prabhupada takes one more, he says, the male parrot decided, let me take sannyas. I can't do anything. So Prabhupada says, actually it is true, you cannot save your family member. You cannot, because everybody is under the will of Krishna, not your will. It takes time to understand the will of Krishna. Okay? This is death only. Actually, every moment the will of Krishna is there. Whatever is manifested in front of you, will of Krishna, by will of Krishna. Krishna. And therefore, a devotee says, thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Krishna. By will of Krishna, it is manifested. Everything. Therefore, we have that in every religion. When you sit and eat, we thank the Lord. Why do they thank? By the will of Krishna, the food has come. It did not come by any man-made arrangement, by Krishna's arrangement. There is the rain, there is the land, there is the sun, there is the air, there are nutrients, and the plants come. The design of the seed given by Lord, plants come, and we are just. So by will of Krishna, we are provided with something. All the facilities are provided by the Krishna is the one maintaining us. That is another principle of surrender. Krishna is the one which is protecting us, and I am always meek and humble in front of the Lord, because I know He is the will in His hand and have no desire other than desire to please the Lord. That will make us advance spiritual life. Okay, so some thoughts in this. Okay, any prayer is there which shows the will of Krishna? Anybody can think. We have our singer, Krishnaveri Mataji is there today. There is a beautiful song, Gopinath Mama Nivedana Suno. Anybody knows that song? You're not practicing?
Yes, Prabhuji, I know that song. Hare Krishna.
Chalo. You sing one. Wait. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. Gopinath, Gopinath, Mama Nivedana Suno. Mama Nivedana Suno. Vishai Durjana Sada Karmarata किछु नहीं मोरा गुना किछु नहीं मोरा गुना गोपीनाथ हमारा भरोसा तुम्ही हमारा भरोसा तुम्ही तुम्हारा चरणे लईनु शरणा तुम्हारा किनको ना आमी I cannot see the screen, Prabhuji. Gopinath, Gopinath, কেমন সুধিবে মোরে কেমনে সুধিবে মোরে না জানি ভক্তি কর্মে যদামতি পড়ছে সংসারে ঘোরে গোপীনাথ 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 next one Prabhuji. के मन सुध बिमोरी ना जानी भक्ति कर्म जदामती पुरुषे संसारा घोरे गोपीनाथ गोपीनाथ सकला तुम्हारा माया, सकला तुम्हारा माया, नहीं मामा बाला ज्ञान सुननाला, स्वधीना नहीं एकाया, स्वधाना नहीं एकाया, गोपीनाथ गोपीनाथ नियत चरणी स्थाना, नियत चरणी स्थाना, मांगी पमरा कांदिए कांदिया, कहो ये करुणा दाना, करुणा करुणा दाना, गोपीनाथ गोपीनाथ सकाली पारो, तुम्ही तो सकाली पारो, दुर्जन तारिती तुम्हारा सकती, के अच्छे पापरा आरो, के अच्छी पापीरा आरो, गोपीनाथ गोपीनाथ मी कृपा परा भारा जीवेर कारणी, आचिया था प्राण पांजे लीला कोइले सुबिस्तारे, लीला कोइले सुबिस्तारे, गोपीनाथ गोपीनाथ আমি কি দোষা দোষী, আমি কি দোষা দোষী, অসুরা সকালা পাইল চরানা, বিনোদ থাকিল বসি, বিনোদ থাকিল বসি, গোপীনাথ গোপীনাথ मम निवेदन सुनो, मम निवेदन सुनो.
Mataji, you can read the translation also.
O Gopinatha, Lord of the Gopis, please hear my request. I am a wicked materialistic, always addicted to worldly desires, and no good qualities do I possess. O Gopinatha, you are my only hope, and therefore I have taken shelter at your lotus feet. I am now your eternal servant. O Gopinatha, how will you purify me? I do not know what devotion is, and my materialistic mind is absorbed in fruitive walk. I have fallen into the dark and perilous worldly existence. O Gopinatha, everything here is your illusionary energy. I have no strength or transcendental knowledge, and this body of mine is not independent and free from the control of material nature. O Gopinatha, this sinner who is weeping and weeping begs for an eternal place at your divine feet. Please give me your mercy. O Gopinatha, you are able to do anything, and therefore you have the power to deliver all sinners. Who is there that is more of the sinner than myself? O Gopinatha, you are the ocean of mercy. Having come into the phenomenal world, you expend your divine pastime for the sake of the fallen souls. O Gopinatha, I am so sinful that although all the demons attain your lotus feet, Bhakti Vinoda has remained in this worldly existence. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji is singing so nicely. Correct?
Very nice.
Gopinath, Gopinath. So nice. So why we sing the
Thank you,
prayer? Why we sing the prayer? Because you know Krishna is in control. Okay, Hare Krishna everybody. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dhamma Pranam.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Dhamma
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranam Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, Pranam Prabhuji.
Thank
Krishna
you.
Prabhuji, Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama
Hare
Hare
Bol, Hare
Hare.
Bol, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama